And we're back with the Content Machine podcast. We're joined again by Greg Hammond, who's the Chief of Public Information for the Jackson-Madison County School System. Greg, thank you for joining us again.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us about what it's like doing communications for the school system.
Yeah. Some days I feel like Tom Brady working for Bill Belichick in the heyday of the Patriots.
Okay.
Some days.
Yeah.
And then some days you feel like the West 10 Diamond Jacks. It's just, it runs the gamut sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll quote Dr. Catlett. He loves to say, our worst day is still better than most people's best day. And I think there's a lot of truth to that. Mm-hmm. And so it is a lot of fun. We mentioned in the first episode, Dr. King coming in, having already worked in 2 school systems.
Yeah.
So when you sit down at the table, he's providing you with some context you hadn't thought about, whether it's from the school board level and governance, whether it's from a kind of a personnel standpoint, working with educators, or even a marketing standpoint. I get to learn a lot and I get to do a lot. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. What have been some of your challenges in this role?
Yeah, I think the challenges that come to mind, I think a lot of folks want us to operate like it's 1990, and it's not.
Internal or external folks?
External. We can no longer operate like we're the only show in education in town.
Okay. Yeah.
We can't operate.
There's
like
competition.
That. Right. So when you see our billboard downtown, that's a good thing. We want people to know public education is a viable option in Jackson-Madison County.
But a lot of people think there's not competition. You don't have to market yourself.
That's just not true.
Why are they spending money like this?
Yeah, and it's so on the ride down here, down the bypass here, you pass a billboard, and there's a advertising for a local independent or private school. Parents have choices. Choice is fine. We just want to make sure people know that Jackson-Madison County Schools is a great option and they should choose us. Yeah. Particularly when you think about return on investment. I think the public school system gives the highest return, particularly when you think about in the middle, in high school areas, career and technical education, where you have students earning certificates, earning obviously diplomas, but credentials to be able to go out if they choose to not. Let's say they don't want to go to Jackson State. Let's say they don't want to go to college. Well, if you're in the culinary program at Liberty Technology High School and you get your OSHA certification in food service, now you could go to Old Country Store or a restaurant and ask for more than the minimum wage because you have training, you have experience. If you're going to go work at one of the local garages and you've come out of Northside High School or Southside High School and you have an ASC certification, you can now ask for above minimum wage because you're coming in there with experience, with a credential that's recognized in the industry. So that's without any type of post-secondary experience. And so right off the bat, there's their value. Let's take it up a notch. Let's say you are very much focused on getting a college degree. Well, you have choices. You could go to JCM Early College High and finish your associate's degree before you graduate high school. Literally, those students, after 4 years, will graduate from Jackson State Community College on a Saturday, and the next week graduate with their high school diploma. And so you talk about the financial value and the time savings there, particularly if you already know college is something that you want to shoot for. Yeah. But then let's say you want the traditional option, and it's funny. My son, we attend so many games and so many events. Usually he says, "I want to go to Southside," because they knew I worked at Southside. I went to school at Southside. They've seen my picture on the wall. My daughter, one day she'll say this school, the next day she'll say that school. They're all Jackson-Madison County schools. But, so knowing the value at all these schools, it's really interesting. Of course, Madison's the cream of the crop, public or private, when you think about preparing students for college, particularly at that institutions that are specifically known for academic rigor. Madison academics are at the top, but many of our traditional options, I've heard of students going to a north side or a south side, and they'll take CLEP classes and through high school work on different credits for college. And so I say that to say, if you play your cards right, JCM Early College High isn't the only option
for college,
to get those early college opportunities. And of course, Jackson Academic STEAM Academy, our virtual school, has a partnership with Union University. So the students in JASA who are juniors and seniors, they're already working on work toward a college degree with Union University.
So when we were talking about challenges, so you're talking about return on investment, which is when we went into the schools kind of, but we were talking a little bit like there's some negative perception. What's your strategy for overcoming that negative perception?
Truth. Tell a good story.
Yeah.
Provide them with truth and tell a good story. And that's not just external. We also have to remind our employees about what the school system offers.
Yeah.
We also have to remind the employees how important they are. Today is a snow day. The roads are still severe, and so students are at home. But many, many of our teachers, since last week's snow days, have sent gentle reminders. Hey, guys. Hey, remember, read 20 minutes a day. Hey, jump on Class Dojo, complete this assignment, read this passage, answer these questions. Hey, guys, let's make sure we're staying academically strong. Many, many, many of our teachers do that throughout these snow days. So they say if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Yep.
A lot of our teachers, Kevin, are staying ready. I know it because my own kids are in the system. But then a lot of my neighbors are teachers too. And I know the different platforms they're using to communicate with their families. But just sharing a good message, reminding people about the benefits of public education, the fact that when our public school system is strong, our local industry is strong, our community is stronger.
All right, so we've kind of talked about some of the challenges, but let's talk about the successes. How are things going? How do you feel like you're doing? And I think you've won some hardware.
Yeah, I think you think about the best possible way to end 2023 and enter 2024. The Tennessee School Boards Association honored our school board with School Board of the Year recognition. And so that's just a testament to the advocacy, the training, the board governance that our board's doing. It's one thing, Kevin, to be passionate about an issue and running for a position for that issue.
Yeah.
Okay, but you still have to govern a school system in a number of different areas. And so what our school board members have done a great job of, getting training. The Tennessee School Boards Association, offers training, in-service opportunities, and our school board members have taken advantage of this to educate themselves. You talk about lifelong learners. It's most important in leaders in positions of leadership. And our school board's done that. And I think if you're out in the community at all, the school board chair, Pete Johnson, unless you knew where Pete was from, you wouldn't know where he's from. Because Pete Johnson is throughout the school system, in the schools, letting our administrators know they're appreciated. You see them at different, whether it's fine arts events or athletic events, the school board chairman's out there. And when the leader of your school board is doing that, you know you're in a good situation. You have people in leadership who actually care about the product that they're governing. When I see that, it makes me excited. I mean, it's really cool to see, because I think for so long we didn't have that. But to have leaders invested in the school system, our superintendent's son is a student in the school system. And so you just have people who have really bought in. And it's been exciting to see. So, yeah, School Board of the Year recognition for our school board. So kudos to them. They don't always agree, but more times than not, they come out unified. They don't always agree, but they're going to move forward together. And so I think as a citizen, to sit back and watch that, it's encouraging because they don't, for the most part, they don't let politics get in the way. Mm-hmm. And for the Tennessee School Boards Association to recognize that, that's been really good. Of course, many of our schools have received individual awards or recognitions. In May, the total number of students at JCM Early College High that have graduated with an associate's degree since 2019 will be 179. So 179 students in Jackson, Madison County since 2019 have graduated from high school with that associate's degree in hand. That's just a great testament. And again, there are, certain people you see in front of the cameras, but there are a lot of people back at the central office doing the heavy lifting and the planning to get things going. And in a few days, you're going to hear an announcement, a major investment. You guys know about the Melissa STEM Innovation Center, a major investment from a private donor for Melissa's Innovation Center. And so that's coming up. I can't spill the beans now.
Yeah.
I like to. I probably can't. So I'll just tease it and tell you that. But when you see outside entities
investing in the public school system,
say, wait. We heard about this innovative platform you guys have for middle school students to get them experience. And we know exposure is so important. Mm-hmm. Exposure in these pre-engineering and science. You think about mechatronics. You think about cybersecurity, robotics. And so the Melissa STEM Innovation Center is going to offer that for middle school students. The reason I'm excited, I fully realize not all those kids are going to go into engineering. Mm-hmm. But they're going to matriculate to a high school with a higher capacity for work in the lab, a higher capacity to complete into a study technology. So that's going to be a better biostem student at Northside. Mm-hmm. That's going to be a better construction core student at Southside, a better automotive student, a better mechatronics student at JCM Early College High. Mm-hmm. So those innovative programs at the middle school level is just going to make our high school programs better, and then it's going to make our graduates that much stronger. So a ton of stuff going on. Those are two that stick out. You think about it at JCM High School. This school year, they started a program with Lane College. Of course, on the campus of Lane College is the CVS Innovation Workforce Center. Mm-hmm. And so it's essentially Lane College working with CVS to raise up and train that next generation of pharmacists, of pharmacy techs, of healthcare professionals, where there are students at JCM High School that get to go to Lane College to take training in pharmacy tech. And so once those students complete that course, they're going to, when they graduate from high school, they're also going to have in their hand a certificate, a credential that will allow them right out of high school to be able to work as a pharmacy tech. When you talk about options and opportunities, Kevin, this is the tip of the iceberg. Mm-hmm. A lot of this stuff is located at jmcss.org. It's really an exciting time to be in our school system, but none of this is possible without the employees who do the heavy lifting every day. And so we're certainly appreciative of all of our teachers, all of our support staff. I was at the lift a few days ago.
Brag about it.
I was at the lift a few days ago. Snow days, so we've been eating more snacks. I'm just breaking even. Yeah. But I saw my bus driver. So Frida Oakley was my bus driver when, actually, I rode the bus kindergarten through high school. Mm-hmm. And I saw my bus driver. She was at the lift. And so it's like seeing a family member.
Yeah.
And I know the way I feel about the folks who helped raise me. And so they're another generation of kids in Madison County. And it takes a partnership. We need strong families. We also need a strong school system. And so our support staff is added in that. And so, when I think about what makes us special, truly, yes, the programs, but I think about the people not just teachers, but also the support staff, because I just remember in my own context how important all those people were to me.
Well, Greg, I want to thank you so much for your time and joining us on the Content Machine podcast. If people want to follow you online, where should they find you?
Well, they can find me on X, but I'm still going to say Twitter, Kevin, because
it's twitter.com still. Elon, figure it out.
At former sports guy on Twitter. I'm also on Instagram, but I'm only there because I have to be.
Yeah. Twitter guy, though.
Yeah.
Me too.
Solidly.
Me too. Yeah. So, all right. You can find more episodes of the Content Machine podcast on your favorite podcast player. And you can find for the district podcast, too.
For the district podcast, jmcss.org/podcast.
There you go. All right. Thanks, Greg.
Thanks, Kevin.